If you did a blood test on me, I wasn't O positive, A positive, whatever all these things are. I was Jose Cuervo positive is what I was. That was my choice tequila. But here's what happened. He said, that guy is not going to win. He says, because he doesn't want it as bad as you do. You have to come to a full understanding that not everybody wants to win at the level that you want to win. You still haven't understood that. So I came to a conclusion that I'm going to drive you based on what level of respect you want. If you want to be on the inside with me, and that's not a big group, it's a small group of people, 5, 10 people that are on the inside, the expectation is much higher, okay? Loose lips, whatever announcements I'm working on, whatever projects I'm working on, nobody can know. If I call you, pick up. If I text you, text back. But that's not 100 people because that's not sustainable. But that is 5 to 10 people where we have that relationship. But that 5 to 10 people, if they call me, I pick up. The only reason I don't pick up a call is because I'm doing a podcast like this with somebody. Mm-hmm. But I could be in a board meeting. And if you're part of that 5 or 10, here's what happens. Hey, Matt, I'm in a meeting. Is it urgent or can I call you back? Pat, you can call me back. Okay, I'm in a board meeting. I'll call you afterwards. Hey, Ricky, I'm in a board meeting. Can I call you back? Pat, call me back afterwards. No problem. I give them what I expect from them. So they understood that. Everybody else, you're calling, go straight to message. No problem. I'll call you later on today. Maybe tomorrow I'll call you. So you create standards on how you treat everybody based on the level of respect and based on how they want to be looked at in the company. You want to whoop some ass? Expectations higher. You want to be the face of the company? Expectations higher. You kind of want to make money and chill out and do whatever you want to do? Dude, go for it. There's plenty of space for everybody to do so. I've never been more focused. I've never been more clear. I've never been more detailed about who I don't waste my time with, what I no longer have a interest level of 9 or higher in. If I don't have an interest level at this thing in 8 or higher, I don't pay time to things that have interest level of 5 or 6 or 7s in. I just don't have that tolerance anymore. I got 4 kids. They matter to me a lot. I got businesses I'm running. They're my babies as well. I got a wife. I got people that are in the corner with me. If it's not 8 or higher, you ain't getting my time. I've always told stories because to me, things make sense based on stories, okay? To me, a point can be made based on a parable and a story more based on 9 points or 3 points. You know, humor makes the mind open. So think about right now, we're talking here, right? The more the audience laughs, the more they're willing to receive your ideas. Mm-hmm. The more the audience gets emotional, the more they're willing to entertain your ideas. And the way you get people to experience those 2 emotions is through what? Telling stories.
Do you have any bad habits?
Plenty. Oh my gosh, plenty.
Because you were talking
plenty.
about life.
Plenty.
And you know, you want to live another 20 years, another 40 years. How do you not get distracted? Like, for example, I was telling you we're with our people. We're, you know, drinking a lot of water and being silly. So our people, as part of our culture, we like the mortgage guys, Ambiance Realty, like our people, they like to party. And sometimes, you know, that having too much fun can slow people down. I don't see you getting distracted with a lot of bad habits. You seem like a perfect man.
You met me at the right time. That's the good news. You met me at the right time. Listen, for 2.5 years of being in the Army, once I got out of boot camp, I would finish a bottle of tequila 4 nights a week on the drive to Nashville, Tennessee to go to 2 or 3 clubs. And Jose Cuervo was cheap. So you'd get those small little bottles like this. I was broke every month because I was sponsored by Jose Cuervo. If you did a blood test on me, I wasn't O positive, A positive, whatever all these things are. I was Jose Cuervo positive is what I was. That was my choice tequila. By the time I got out of the military, every time I smelled tequila, I almost threw up. Like I've had way too much tequila to even participate in it again. But here's what happened. I watch myself when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
You act a fool. You don't act like somebody that's under control. You know, I went to an insurance conference one time and one of the guys, Jay, asked me a question and says, Pat, how come I never see you drinking? I said, why would I drink? I said, if I drink, I give too much information. I'm not focused. I don't retain information. I don't learn. I do stupid things. I want to minimize the amount of stupid things I do. I already do plenty of stupid things. I like to minimize it, okay? So you're talking about partying and drinking. When we first ran our sales office, I was an after-hours guy. And there used to be an after hours in LA called Naked. I don't know if you guys remember. I don't know how old you are. What happened? Okay, got it. There was an after hours in LA. You guys are too young to remember Naked, right? None of you guys are 40 years old. Yeah, there was an after hours called Naked. And it was the biggest one, okay? And then there was one they were doing in Vegas called Pimps and Hoes. I don't know if you remember Pimps and Hoes. You're not that young yourself. How old are you yourself?
38.
Yeah, you're 38, so you're 2 away from 40. So Pimp and Hoes was like 15,000 people would show up to a massive arena.
Yeah.
If Instagram and Snapchat was around then, you would have found very weird pictures of me online today. Thank God they didn't invent it back then. I was safe. I got away from that era. But that was my life. I was in Vegas every other weekend. And eventually, Bezos says something very clear. He said, regret minimization. You're going to make a lot of mistakes, a lot of them. And we know what mistakes look like. It's alcohol, it's drugs, it's regulation, it's laws, it's women, it's overspending of finances, it's gluttony, it's gambling. It's we all know where these things come from. But the tough people that I know who are really tough, and I've interviewed some very weird people, you know who I've interviewed? They don't say a lot. But they're thinking everything. They don't reveal everything to people, but they're thinking. Sometimes, you have few arts that you got to learn. Number one, say somebody leaves you and they betray you. Mm-hmm. Has happened to you,
yeah.
I'm sure. Okay. How do you manage that? Do you trash them publicly? You go out there and say, hey, this guy's such a loser and all this other. I'm not saying you doing it. I'm just saying, is that the right move to make? No. You have to learn how to let people go gently. How do you do that? A phone call. Listen, we're going to miss you. Okay, I know this thing didn't end well, but we're going to miss you. And I wish you nothing but the best. Just be respectful and we'll be respectful. No problem. That little phone call, okay? And then when you're going places, sometimes you got like 15 things you want to say. Just say 3 things. Don't say 15 things. Because you don't need more enemies to be created. It hurts momentum. Here's how it hurts momentum. Your mind has so much energy to focus on ideas and thoughts throughout the day. If you keep creating new enemies, it's consuming the energy of your mind. I want that energy of my mind to be consumed in areas that's going to help me grow. I don't want to give it up that easily to new issues. So there's an art to not create enemies. The natural evolution is you're getting bigger. People don't like that you're getting bigger. You're a target now. People don't like the fact that you're not doing more loans, more real estate, more any of that stuff. You're getting bigger. Make sense? So you got to try to minimize it. So when I'm saying I got enemies, I don't have enemies because I'm giving birth to enemies. It's just a natural evolution. We're trying to make a lot of those enemies allies as well. Some of them it'll never happen. Some of them it will. If you can understand that momentum is like a friend you meet that is automatically going to introduce you to 20 people you didn't know before, don't get cocky when you meet those 20 people, because you met those 20 people through that one person. I don't know if that makes sense. So let's just say through you, how many people have they met? A lot of people, right? Okay. Have you changed their lives? You change their lives, right? The company changed their lives. Okay. So there has to be a certain level of gratitude. Say one of the guys starts making a lot of money. Albert, you never helped me out. Yeah, you kind of did, So they have to control their ego and their arrogance to not think that they're bigger than the company, et cetera, et cetera.
Guys, if you made it this far, I have an exclusive mastermind that I want you to join. Go to drivenacademy.com and subscribe to my exclusive mastermind where we're gonna meet in person every month at my workshop and you get more perks. All you gotta do is go to the link below and sign up. I'll see you there.